All right, you guys ready? It is time for some plies. Yes, so this is the next move in the series of moves, or plies. Now, there are two different ways we can do plies, just to make the whole thing confusing, right? But I do want to show you both of them. In the original Basic Workout Plus, the one that Teresa goes really fast in, but it's a fabulous workout, she has the feet in a plie a bit wider, with a little bit wider turnout. So if you can see, sometimes I have to kind of adjust here. I'm kind of wide here, but I'm pretty flexible in here now in my hips because I've been doing these for so long. So let me just show you both types of plies, and I'm just going to start with just the legs. Then I'm going to bring on the upper body and we can put them together. Okay, so here's the first kind of plies. These are the ones that are a little bit wider. This would be a good one for you to do if you have a little bit higher fitness level, maybe if you're a little bit younger and just really want to really take it up a few notches. So in this wider position, you can still see that when you bend the knees, you want to look to see that that knee is going out about the second toe. Knee and ankle are in a straight line. So let's just start with the legs first to get a sense of it. I like to again put my hands here so I can push in and lift that torso weight up out of the hips. So let's just see how we do. When you do these plies, here's the biggest key to them. Well, really there's two keys, so I'll give you the first one, and that is thinking about tailbone down. So even right there, tailbone down, and then I want you to think about your thigh bones, press them back. You should really feel a lot of activation there. When you go up and down in these plies, the biggest key is to not allow that tush to go back and the shoulders forward. The whole key to getting results with these is shoulder and hip in a straight line. So you got to keep that tail down, thigh bones back, ribs are up, as you go straight down. A visualization that really helps me is I think about sliding my back down the wall, and then as I come up, press the thighs back, come up, come up, come up, come up. So I'm sliding my back up the wall, and I'm sliding the back down the wall, and I'm sliding the back up the wall. So let's just do one or two more in this wider position. Sliding down, let's hold at the bottom here. Let's shift our weight back a bit. Good. Now when I come up, think about drilling your heels down into the ground. So that will stabilize you. And then think thigh bones back, tailbone down as you come all the way up. Now when you go up and down in your plies, I always recommend don't come all the way up. Watch my knees. If I come all the way up, did you just see what happens? The knees will have a tendency to roll into the center. And we kind of talked about that a little bit. When the knees roll in, don't you lose all the activation. Just try it. Straighten them, allow them to roll in. So I like to keep a slight bend, shifting back, and constantly thinking about taking them back. So I have the flexibility now to press them back as I come up. They'll look pretty straight, but I still have a slight bend so I can maintain that muscle activation. So that's what that's going to look like when you're a little bit wider, tucking, pressing up, pressing up, pressing up, keep a slight bend. I also like to feel like when I'm coming up that I'm taking my sit bones and I'm pulling them in towards each other and then pulling up from the belly, and then back down, take it down, out. Now, that just really helps with pelvic floor, with incontinence. It's amazing to do that. So you really want to think about that, drilling the heels down, pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. Think right here, sit bones, draw them in, pull up, and I think you get it. Let's just bring those little legs in, kick them across. I always like to kick across and go the opposite way because that's intense, isn't it? Up here in the groin. All right, now the next way to do it was introduced when Teresa introduced more senior fit. It's not that it's just for seniors. You're going to get just a different activation here. So instead of going way out wide like I just did with my legs, I'm going to put my heels right underneath my shoulders. Now, how do I know where that is? Well, if you take your arms straight down from your shoulders and kind of look, right where those fingers are is about where your heel should be. So go ahead and give me a knee bend here. Now, the other thing about this is you don't want a big turnout of the feet. That won't feel good anyway. You're going to look down at the feet and you're going to have about, we like to call it like a clock. If there was a round circle clock around your body, your foot would be at an 11 o'clock and a 1 o'clock. So it's not a big turnout. So here we are in this position. Now notice, as I'm doing that, I'm still going to be thinking tailbone down, ribs are lifted. I'm still thinking turn out at the thigh. Now you can also think about maybe rolling to the outside of your foot here. Not all the way. You're going to be like on the last two toes, but you can think about that. You're going to feel it all the way up. So I'm going to put my hands on here, lifting my rib cage up again, and I'm just going to keep that back flat as I go down. So you can't go down very far here, can you? That's as far as I can go, keeping my tail down and my ribs up. I'm going to shift into my heels again a little bit because I came forward. And then again, same idea. You're still, as you straighten, pressing this all back, bringing the sit bones together, lifting up from the rib cage, pulling the belly in, and taking it right back down and out. But when you're this close, the difference is you are not going to be able to get down real low. When you come up, also notice if you straighten, those knees will roll in. So keep them slightly bent and constantly out. That way you get good activation right here down in the groin. All right, so I'm going to go right into now the arm position. I think I'll go to the next video though, so that you have them separate for the wide legs and then for the narrow legs. All right, I'll see you in the next